right, fucking shit. All right, okay, let's go. All right. Good, just put that out there. Hey, everybody, welcome to the BearThoughts podcast, where we do this every Friday at 5 o'clock, Central PT time. Over here, camera. I know the camera. I know she's sexy, but I'm a focus. Anyways, as always, we have a Corvo Ninja and a baseball. What is she throwing? Cookies?
Yes. She's throwing cookies.
Cookies.
That reminded me I have cookies on my desk.
Sharing the cookies. But anyways, if you want to join us in the chat, be sure to join us in the chat and tell us your thoughts and your opinions and any type of piece you might want us to bring up. Be sure to be in the chat here live with us so we can get your response and your thoughts and your opinions on something as well. We have a kind of interesting topic pieces for today. We had several of them. But real quick though, let me give a quick shout out to my new sponsor. For anybody who wants to help me out and help me by supporting my channels and my work, you don't have to, but just in case anybody's interested, down below, I'm now sponsored by MechArena, a mobile and PC game where you can try out free today. All you have to do is get the Division level 9, and if you like the game, have fun. It's a multiplayer arena-based shooter where you travel in mechs and fights. It's kind of a fun game, easy game. It takes like 5-6 minutes. Just a quick spill of that real fast. But of course, we also have a stealthy Jade in the background. No rollover today, unfortunately.
I'm not sure what before it's over though.
But if he does, we're sure to let him get in the conversation because I know how some of y'all enjoy his conversations. And for those of you maybe also seeing this on the BearThoughts podcast section on Twitch, you might see this on there as well. And if you are there, be sure to shout out and let me know you're here. All right, so okay, let's just jump right real quick. I want to know about this necklace thing because you had to tease that little bit of information right off the bat, and I want to get that little
Okay.
dead horse.
Okay. So is there anything you can think of that you got right when you and your wife met?
Oh yeah, actually quite a few things.
Something that means a lot to you. Now imagine you're in a store, you're in a hurry to get to work, and you leave it. And you can't go back.
Can't go back?
Nope, you can't go back because you'll be late.
Oh.
And you've only been there for a month.
Okay, so you don't want to get in trouble. Oh man, I'd be like,
That would hurt your heart, right?
yeah, a little bit.
Well, Stealthy has a choker that
I've seen for years.
That she's had since the like we first got together prior to marriage when we were dating. Okay. This thing's about 14 years old. You've seen it.
I've seen it a lot.
There it is. Okay. She went this morning out of the kindness of her heart at the behest of a friend to pick me, her, the friend, some breakfast up.
Uh-huh.
While at the place, she left her necklace.
Okay.
And had to hurry to work for fear of being late and it being, Stealthy in her work ethic. She's not going to be late. She's not going it was tugging at her heartstrings. It had her pretty upset. Well, the Corvo being the Corvo that he is, she didn't even get to the steps before I was calling the place to find out if they'd found it. They didn't answer. So I just took it upon myself to leave. I left and went to the place.
You're going to find out real quick.
Crawled around underneath the tables at this location until I found it. Now, I find it and I'm on my way back. Well, one of our coworkers is a good friend of ours.
Yeah.
He finds out what happened, so he calls the place and they answer. And they're like, oh, well, somebody just come and got it. Well, she didn't know it was me. So now she is getting visibly upset, like about to start sprouting tears. When I come up the steps with it in my hand.
Okay, so my question is, why'd you take it off?
I didn't take it off.
Fell off?
No.
She just hadn't put it on yet.
I had taken a shower. Getting ready for work, and I was gonna be late if I didn't go ahead and go make the order. So I left without it on yet. It was in my pocket so I could put it on. I was doing the budget, had already put in my earrings, was gonna put on the necklace, but I was like, I really need to do this budget because I need to make sure that I can buy like Hogwarts Legacy and all that for him and me and all that. So I'm doing the budget. They call my name. I didn't think about it. I stood up and I went, grabbed it, and moved off to the car. I get in the car, I start the car, I start off to work, and I always, it's one of the things I do when I head to work, or if I'm just leaving and I'm finally calm and I'm starting to able to like take a breath, like, okay, everything's good, and I'll touch right here.
You fidget.
I've got it on, and I realize it's not on.
You fidget it. You fidget touch. It's like a kind of a just like a non-responsive thoughts.
Yeah, it's a this is my normal. This is okay. You're good.
It's part of you. I can see it.
And I realize it's not there. So I think, okay, well, I left it in the car. I got a couple minutes. I can go check. And I'm thinking in my head already. I'm like, no, I already know I left it over at the restaurant. To the car, I looked where I would have put it down at. It's not there. So now I know for sure it's definitely not with me. And I'm like, it'll be fine. I'll wait till I get off. I'll go over there. Maybe it'll still be there. It'll be fine. I don't have time to go back. I don't have time. I grabbed my water cup that I had left in the car, and I went towards work. And as I'm going towards, the area, I see him on his break, and he comes towards me. He's smiling. He's all happy, and because he sees me with food. I'm like,
bacon, egg, and cheese, mango. Fat man hungry.
He's like, yeah, they're our friend's not probably gonna come out.
Yeah,
because it's cold and wet here.
Yeah.
And the other guy, it's not quite time for him to come out yet. I'm like, that's fine. I'll drop it off, and that's when he notices that my attitude is not
perky.
You know how you can look at your wife and that way. Whoa, there's a disturbance in the fucking force.
Yeah.
Shit ain't right.
Anybody that
What I do.
interact with me at any like good interval would have picked up instantly because I'm not as chatty or talkative.
Which is why the friend upstairs that sits close to her, like, he caught that shit immediately. He's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
So
only been in for a month.
He asked me what happened.
Well,
he's known me for
we've been knowing she's been knowing this guy for as long as I've been working there because he's part of our gaming league.
Oh yeah.
So
You were forgetting y'all been tight with the company.
He asked me about it. I explained it to him, and I almost at that point cheer up. I'm like, but I'll just check. Maybe it'll still be there. Maybe somebody will turn it. It'll be fine. So this is what I'm like. It's gonna be what's gonna get me through today. Yes, I'm a little sad I don't have it, but I'll be fine. Good.
So she books off.
I'm with the point of view right now because I know that if I go the other way, I'm not gonna be worth shit at work. So I walk in. A couple of people walk by that don't really know me.
I want to fill in a gap.
Go ahead.
So she walks in and she goes to open the door. As she goes to the door, I'm dialing the place. I'm already. Daddy's already on top of this shit. Or not especially when I realize which one it was. That's my favorite. It's been around for 14 years. I'm not. I will raise that place to the ground.
Ask me if it's the one that I'm currently wearing or this one. And this one, granted, it's one of the ones I really really like. But I only just recently got it, so I'm not quite attached to it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one very much around.
But I'm like, it's all good. I walk in, I go over to the friend, I give him his food and drop off his card because I used his card because he specifically told me to use his card.
Yeah, he bought it. He told her if she would go get it, he would buy breakfast for her.
And again, he's interacted with me enough to know when I'm being quiet or if I'm general mood. And he goes, what's up with you? I'm like, it's nothing big. So I was gonna leave it at that. And I was gonna walk on because I have to get to my job. And then of course this one comes in behind me and goes like, oh, she just blah 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 blah. Like, well, maybe it'll be there. I'm like, maybe. So I go upstairs and I sit down and I start doing my job. And at this point, I think that's when you said that you couldn't get a hold of them.
Yeah, I could. By then, they weren't answering the phone, so I just closed my phone, put it in my pocket, walked by, said, "I'll be back in a minute, Jason," and walked out the fucking door.
That has to be so nice to have
Jason goes, "You wouldn't have done that if Brad had been here." I said, "The fuck you say?" Ask Brad how many times I've just walked out of this damn place. I'll be back in a minute, Brad. Walk the fuck out. What are they gonna do? What I mean, really? They gonna cut me loose? Ooh, scare me, please.
You'd be hired back the next day. You and I both know it. You'd be called in the next day, like, why'd you at work?
The next day, going, oh, I get a comfy day at the house, sitting in my drawers, my phone be ringing. Hey, you ready to come back to work? No.
Your main boss would be like, yeah, you're back. No.
Log in from home, fool.
At this point, it gets to me and the other guy that called up there for me later. We got to the point where whoever gets up first and passes the other one's cubicle always comes in and goes knuckle bump. You know? So I'm over here, I'm working. He gets up, he went to talk to my boss, and then he notices I'm sitting in the cubicle. He turns around and goes like, hey, and he does the knuckle bump. So I give him the knuckle bump, but I'm not like
enthusiastic or happy.
Like, yeah.
Smile, like I'm smiling, but I'm not like, you know, everything's good.
Perky.
Great.
Yeah.
And he goes, wait a minute. But he's like, wait, I gotta. So he finishes his conversation real quick with my boss, turns back around, goes back to go to his cubicle, and then he thinks about it. He's like, no, there's something. It's something ain't kosher. So he turns back around and goes, he's expecting me like, oh, well, then I'm not smiling real big. And I was just like, like, this is all I can muster. I'm sorry, not today.
It's not one of those situations like, you look prettier when you're smiling. Like, not the time.
It's not, it's not that. It's the fact that he knows that, for the most part, as long as there's not something that's got me down, I'm pretty like, I'm hyper. And he's like, no, there's something up because you're very upset. What's going on? I was like, I just left my necklace at a restaurant. It's all good. He's like, oh, hell no. He's like, what? Which one? So yeah, I tell him the name. He goes, calls them up, and he tells them, hey, he had asked me prior. He's like, what's it look like? I'm like, it's a black choker. It's got a velvet and it's got the star in the middle. So he asked them, and they're like, oh yeah, somebody just grabbed it just now and they left with it. Somebody already picked it up. At this point, I can hear the phone call because it's on speakerphone. And I already feel the tears starting in my eyes because I'm like, somebody took it. I'm fucked. I'm never gonna find one like this again because it's, like I said, it was 14 years ago when I found it to begin with. And there's no way to replace it. So I'm about to cry.
Okay, so that's from that view. Then what is Corvo doing? When you
at that point he was on his way back.
Yeah. Now while all this explanation is going on upstairs, I'm driving in the rain and the cold.
So both
to the restaurant. I get out and walk in the rain and the cold into this restaurant, and I look dead at the guy and I was like, hey, my wife was in here a little while ago. She got some bagels. She had a black velvet choker with a black star in the center of it.
I'm now Gail at that
restaurant. Has anybody seen this choker? And they're like, no, we haven't seen anything like that. And they go looking in their lost and found and everything. And I'm like, no, we don't see anything. But if you give us your number when we're cleaning up, if we find it, we'll let you know. So as I'm giving their number, I'm also crawling under their table.
I would have been the weird guy.
there are people getting up from their tables to move because my ass ain't moving.
Yeah.
I started one end and I'm crawling.
That's it. I would have been the weird guy literally like walking into the store and immediately on the ground looking. Like, sir, what are you doing? Looking for something. Give me a minute.
I'm crawling around. I finally
Couldn't ask nobody.
Stand up. I do like this and it's hanging in my hand. I said, got it. No need to worry about it. And I turned around and walked out. Because it's cold and it's raining and I want to get to my Jeep as quick as possible.
So after hearing that it's gone.
Like, someone took it.
Someone took it is what they said. Somebody already picked it up. He said picked it up. He didn't know anything. And I'm over here. I'm tearing up.
Yeah.
And our mutual friend goes like, okay, thank you. Clicks, hangs up and everything. And I'm about to fucking bawl. I am trying so hard at work not to cry.
And long, he doesn't know any idea that Corvo just left.
No.
He assumed.
He actually got, honey, don't worry about it. It has to mean that your husband, Corvo must have gotten it. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, sure. Like, in my head, I'm already, no, fuck, I'm done.
Yeah.
Lost. It is gone.
She thinking, nah, I just gave that bitch a bagel. He sitting at his desk eating like a motherfucker right now. He ain't waiting to get my necklace.
He ain't doing nothing for me.
Little did she know that bagel didn't even get her wrapped until I got back, gave her necklace.
Right about time he says that, I hear coming up the steps, and there's only 3 people at that site that I know of that I recognize coming up the steps that had that footstep. And he's like, well, that's probably your husband right now coming up the steps. And I'm thinking, nah, that can technically be either this dude or this other dude. It just depends. And right now, I'm not even in the mood to check. Not really.
And Betty sticks her head out and goes, yep, that's him.
And I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's just no way. So I lean out, and there he is. And he's like this little champion. Like,
I'm surprised you didn't hear him go down the stairs like a. You want to hit a heavy foot really fast. It's like, who the heck just ran down the stairs? See Corvo's shadow go around the corner.
And he's just waving it like a flag, like, I've got it.
I'm a good husband. Yay!
I'm doing this in my cubicle, going like.
So glad I don't wear makeup.
I got asked actually about that today. I was at like the one that sits all the way at the end next to our friend. That one.
Oh.
The one that does the chili.
Oh, that one.
That one. He got an eyelash in his eye. He comes over to my cubicle and he goes, do you happen to have a little mirror? I'm going like, the fuck? Like one of those little makeup mirrors. I'm like, you could use my phone maybe, but I don't got that. He's like, well, I thought you might have had it because, makeup and stuff. I'm like, honey, look at me.
That don't need no makeup.
You blowed his mind because he messaged me. He's like, man, I didn't know that was all natural beauty. You really did marry her. I said, you wait. I dare you to be a judge in the cook-off this year. I'm going to extra spice your shit.
But I'm glad you got the necklace back. That is very good. And yeah, definitely has that feeling. But it's good to have Sweat your job does so good. That's why I say, if you ever work at a place, do your damnedest to work like a good person, because then you have a little bit more leeway and a little bit more free to do stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do unless you were a good worker at your job. At my past job, I was able to do almost anything. If I want to walk away for a few minutes, I could.
To be honest, the way I got my privileges is I took them bitches. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I do my best to do my job as well as I can. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But as I told the head of my department one time, this job will not stop me from leaving for my wife or my kids, or my mom or family like that. It's not gonna happen. I was like, I will lose this job before I allow you to stop me from leaving this place to go do something for them. Period. It's just the way it works, because I don't live to work. I work to live.
Yeah.
And if I can't do that here, I'll do it somewhere else.
Now, to say this, technically speaking, I could have probably spoken to my boss because she's that nice and said, "Hey, I misplaced something on my way to work. Could I go back and get it?" But mentally, for me, because I just started that job, I cannot push myself to ask.
Oh, okay. I can see that. That's
And
reasonable.
I knew that.
She, when I say like she probably would have, like I tell her all the time when I have to go use the bathroom or something, I'm like, "Hey, look, I'm going to the restroom."
Yeah.
And she's like, "You don't have to do that." I'm like, "No, but I would prefer you to know so you got backup or something."
I got berated about that
She got berated about that every day.
I got berated by your boss, my friend, the other day. She's like, "What is this with your wife? But every time she got to go to the potty, she got to tell me she got to go to the potty." I was like, she's one of the people that's going to inform her boss of everything she's doing, so she can't get her ass in no trouble. She's like, "But yeah, but I'm not like that." I said, "I know that, you know that, she knows that, but she is ingrained to do that. So guess what? You are going to know her potty schedule. You are going to know when she stops to eat."
I don't have a potty schedule.
And when you're back.
I don't tell her that I'm eating most of the time. She just catches me eating. But for the most part, like, unless like I'm specifically needing to do something, I'm always doing something at work. So that's why if I get up to use the restroom, I'm not gonna be at my computer. I'm letting her know, "Hey, I'm not on the phone right now. Somebody needs to back me up just for a few seconds, and I'm gone for maybe 5."
Yeah. Roll over maybe that lunch.
Yeah.
Them cheesy mashed potatoes was fly, son. But I couldn't eat the half of what he gave me. He gave me so much.
I need your orders too for Monday.
Okay.
Unless you guys don't want Eliano's.
That's a
stupid.
That's a dumb question.
I don't like the food from there. That's why I keep it going there. I hate that food. Why do I keep it going there? I don't know. It's just a selfish act.
Bring me this and this and this and this.
Yeah, it's like the day we went out. My wife's like, "All right, we're going out. We're gonna get a few things. What are we eating? It's your turn to choose." I'm like, "Whataburger." It's like, you're not fed up with it? No, I'm not. I've never, like, you tell me pizza? Heck yeah. Tacos? Yes. Whataburger? Yes. I'm never gonna say no. I like all of them. I don't get tired of it.
you just tell me what you want to stuff in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
The reason I'm asking is because I'm getting my little team. I'm getting them all drinks. I'm from the
like a coffee drink.
Okay. All right. That's nice. That's nice.
Except for our home dude that called for my necklace today, I'm getting him something anyway.
You're gonna like it.
Part of my team. Fuck him.
All right.
You know you're gonna start a war.
Larry. That poor kid.
It's gonna be a war of back and forth, like giving and taking. It's gonna be one of those things, and I'm down for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she's gonna come in one day and there's gonna be like a steak laying on the desk, and Jay's gonna be sitting in his cube.
Like, beat me now. It's like, gotcha.
I got through beating, and then like a week later, she'd be like, "Hey, we need to go to the butcher shop. I need a tomahawk." What the fuck?
But no, one of the guys out there, I feel kind of bad because, from what I understand, I really did.
She scared the shit out of that little dude. That motherfucker thought she was dead.
Even the pest?
She thought she done died in her chair.
All right.
She's stubborn to die at work.
I told her, I was like, "Nah, look, she's too damn stubborn to die, and even if she did, she'd fight her way all the way back just to tell us, I'm not dead yet."
Give me a couple hours.
Stop putting dirt on the box. I need to get out.
God dang it, you printing a lot, honey. You printing a book? Sorry, my wife is still printing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into your topic.
All right, my topic. Now, this one will kind of follow up into the next topic, so there's a bit of a run on, but here we go. I kind of want to start with yours because I feel like it could run into my topic a little bit easier too. I don't know, just really your depending, because it can run to both in them.
You talking about the verbal?
The verbal, what is...
Okay.
What is
we can start with that. That's fine.
Okay,
that's
so the question is, what is the right thing to do? I believe that's how you word it. Let me check the wording here because you might word it a little bit different here. Topic of the week. Okay, so define the right thing to do. Define the right thing to do. So I'm gonna let you.
Okay. What I mean by this, I'll go in more detail because that's kind of a vague description. I was just trying to get something to you before I forgot. Okay. So, in a given situation, how do you define the right thing to do? Now, the reason this question is being posed is I had a discussion with someone at work. When you look at a situation, people are subjective, like we talked about last
Yes,
week.
very subjective.
So you look at a situation, it is upon you to look at a situation to decide this is the right, this is the wrong. Okay. But different people see those same situations from different directions. What I might think is right, you might think is wrong, and vice versa. So the question is, how do you define right and wrong in a given situation?
Okay, so this question to me came out to me as not it was out of the blue, and it definitely makes me ponder the same question of, for the same idea of what is the meaning of life. I hate to be put in that grand thing of things, but it is a grander question to ask each individual person what is the right thing to do. And my opinion, and it's only my opinion, is what is the right thing to do is whatever thing benefits both parties or both things. And both things have to benefit in order for it to be the right thing to do. Because if it only benefits one side and only one side, well, then how is it's selfish, right? That's only benefits one person.
Right. So here's a question though. I'm gonna.
Like I missed a bit.
Okay. So in a given situation, different people look at that situation, and what I see might be the right thing to do in that situation. You may see it as wrong, or vice versa. Right. So we're not contending who's right or wrong. I'm asking, how do you, Grumpy, roll over the chat? How do you determine right from wrong in a given situation? Okay. So the reason I'm asking,
don't mind her.
so the reason I'm asking the question is a scenario was placed in front of me. We won't go into the scenario because it's of a personal matter, but I'll describe it as this. The decision to do a wrong action was actually the right thing to benefit both.
Okay. So it wasn't really in anyone's favor.
So the question is that yes, at that moment, it was the wrong thing to do. But in the future, it was the right thing for them to done. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And in the long terms, it benefit both parties.
An example,
for example, somebody being married and then deciding divorce would be best for both parties. And both parties end up being
or vice versa, or someone getting divorced and then realizing no, the best thing was us to be together, and then but the only reason they were able to come back together and be that driving, loving force was they had experienced the separation. You understand? So the wrong thing actually became the right thing. So the question gets more complicated at that level, and that's what we're asking about.
Yeah.
How do you determine in a moment whether you're making a right or wrong decision for the moment or for the future?
It's kind of like I hate to put it in this. This is an extreme example. Just in case anybody tries to go at the extreme view, I'm gonna tackle it real fast. It's like a certain politician or a certain person in history that started a war. His death was a benefit for everybody. It didn't benefit him. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, about 5:16.
16 was when you guys started talking, and I was done before that.
Yeah, so I should be able to take. Go ahead. I just wanted to make sure I could take this stencil off without.
Try not to tear it because I can usually do it.
We can show that off once you're done with it. But yeah, the extreme is a certain not religious leader, a certain nation's leader passed away during the war and died because of war. It helped the world. The problem is that his death did not benefit him. It benefited the world. So in one way, killing someone is not a good thing. So does it make it right because he didn't benefit from it either? Would have been better to let him live and then make him serve out time for what he did in the world, as an extreme example, right? This is an extreme example. So we humans are selfish. We look at it from a point of view of when it gets the quickest results and benefits a lot of people, but then we forget about the person that is still human. Like, yeah, he was wrong, he was fucked up, but he was still human.
Okay, Stealthy.
All right, so I get where you're coming from, but there's a problem with that. Trying to bring that into this question.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's right or wrong. What is the right thing to do?
It's not because of that.
Looks very good.
It's because of the fact that if you take into account what you were saying, right? You're talking about a multitude of people versus one person.
Well, I'm just talking about the one. That's just one.
No. Okay, I understand that. That one person being here or not. Okay, for example.
Yeah.
Affects everybody else. Okay. You're taking away the individual person versus the
collective sum. Yeah, okay.
Because if you take into the group mentality, there tends to be a lot more conflict on top of the more people there are. No offense to the people out in the world, but the more of us there are, tends to be the stupider we get.
Yeah. And we even
the stupider people tend to be louder.
Yeah. And you know, it was a thing. It's like even the evil people think that they're right, and they think they're doing the right thing. Even if we see them as the evil, they see themselves as, I'm doing the right thing because I was told it was the right thing, or I was tricked into thinking it's the right thing, or I came into this notion that it was the right thing to do. But in all reality, a lot of other people are like, no, it's not right.
Well, I mean,
we're flawed humans. We're gonna choose the wrong all the time.
I mean, look, okay, well, I know this is gonna be a dumb point, but like, you could take Napoleon.
Remember that,
for example. Napoleon thought what he was doing was right. To him, it was right.
To
everybody else, who's like, no, you cannot conquer all of us.
Yes.
Thank you. Carry your ass back home. But he's like, no.
And his country thought he was in the right.
Yes.
That's right. So my point is that the viewpoint changes depending on how you look at it.
Which is why easier than it is.
I break it down to an individual point. How do you determine it?
And I try to my best. I try, which I'm faulty and I'm human, so I'm subject to failure and being a bit selfish at times, because you know I gotta look out for myself too. I try to see what could help out both sides, but it's
bald, no eyebrow,
but it's not always gonna be successful. What I think might help benefit both of us might end up not benefiting none of us. Any of it.
That is true.
And I'm like, okay, this is an idea that can help both of us, and it might just jack both of us up, because I don't really know what's the right thing, because I'm flawed. The right thing, in order to know what the right thing is, I must not be flawed, but I am flawed. So how am I going to do anything right? I'm born flawed. So
I think my best description for me is, in the given situation, it is hard to look at a situation and go, okay, if I do this wrong thing now, everything's going to work out in the future because it's going to become the right thing. So I stopped trying to do that shit a long time ago. What I do is look at a situation and go, what is going to cause the least amount of pain in this situation? I try my hardest to look at it and like say, you know, what can I do that's gonna reduce the amount of ill will coming out of this situation?
Yeah, I can totally see that.
That's the best I can do, because I have learned through years of experience that no decision is going to 100% placate everybody.
Yes.
It's not gonna happen. Somebody is still gonna come out butthurt. Now they may not come out, to the point that you're arguing or nothing. You may be able to carry on and be friends, loved ones, whatever, with no problem. But there'll always be a little bit of, well, why the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, but some people will automatically go, well, I can never make this 100% perfect for both of us, so I might as well look out for myself and then do the only right thing for themselves.
See,
some people might think that.
To me, that is the wrong thing because, like you said, that is selfish.
Very.
I mean, if I did the selfish thing all the time, oh God, we wouldn't have went to Hollywood Studios. I would have a $1,300 printer already. There would be a Camaro and Impala, 4-wheel drive pickup truck already in the yard. I'd have 2 gun safes. We'd be in debt. But what the hell happened to our visual?
I was just nodding in the background.
Yeah, I was clicking on something to try to get stealthy in the view a little bit here.
The point is that trying to do the right thing, an example was to make that Hollywood studio thing go on. I gave up all that money so we could have that trip.
Yeah.
Because that was the least amount of pain. Only
technically that was gonna go to paying off the debt first.
But the point is the money
ended up having to
right. The point is that the money was actually
spoken for.
A lot of it was spoken for on my behalf. The 200 times 12, the $2,400 that I gave up last year. Yeah. That was the least amount of pain. The only person that was gonna feel pain from missing those objects was me. Not Stealthy, not the kids.
Yeah.
So
no, Stealthy felt it because Stealthy would get annoyed every single day. If only I had this.
It may be true, but it wouldn't have been as bad as Stealthy didn't get to plan the trip. Stealthy didn't get to take the kids. The kids didn't get to go.
Uh-huh.
Blah 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 blah. It was the lesser of the 2 evils.
I would not have bitched about that trip.
Okay, so honey, do you want them to hear the story?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, so my wife, I don't know if you can hear her or not. Speak up and try to say something. Just
can you hear me?
Can y'all hear? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So in California, of all places, go figure. So far, up to 7,300 nurses are in the field working right now with fake degrees.
700?
7,300.
7,300?
There's
Okay.
a website
So if I get hurt,
go to and pay $10,000 a pop to get the fake documentation to get your nursing license.
$10K a pop to get a fake one.
So if I get
the fake
wounded, hurt, or
documentation to
anything in
take the
California,
intake
you're
to get
taking me
their
to
nursing
another state.
degree, and then even if they fail it, they're paying that money to make it look like they passed the class and got their nursing license.
Oh, that is disgusting. Yeah. What other career could you possibly?
Only up to 7,300. There's actually probably more still working in the nursing field. Nobody has came forward to like, I'm a fraud. There's fake stuff. I'm going to do this anymore because once they get caught, they're going to go to jail.
It's you are choosing the one field. It makes a lot of money, mind you, but the one field that you literally have people's life in your hands, and you're gonna go and fake it?
Yep.
Are you crazy?
Okay, not trying to play devil's advocate or defending these people.
But
there are people out there that have they have that white knight, like I want to rescue people
mentality. Okay, yeah.
Or angel of death, they would like to pick who lives or dies because they feel like they are God's chosen. Like there's a lot of different.
I can show them an angel of death.
Yes, I understand. But there's a lot of people like that, so I can see why there's just that. I'm surprised there's not more.
There's possibly more, but they haven't found them yet. And once they are found, they're going to be arrested. That's a lot of people.
That's kind.
With that kind of mentality and religious mentalities and stuff like that, that's why I said, like, the fact that they've even found as many as they did is surprising, because most of them tried to keep that well hidden. That's just, it's gonna snowball.
All I'm saying is, if I get hurt or sick in California, you're driving me to another damn state.
True and real. I just have a feeling like this is one of those situations where either fake it till you make it, or you want to pay to win. This feels like a pay to win situation. It's like, hey, I didn't pass my college degree by like 1 or 2 points. I'm just gonna pay for it and just get through it and say, done.
Some of them aren't even going to college. Some of them just paid to get it to look like they went to college.
Oh my God, it's those have to be mass murderers. I'm sorry, those are mass murderers. High disguise of a nurse.
Bubba down at the car garage said he's tired of turning wrenches on cars. He's gonna turn scalpels on your ass.
We can't really. I hate to say this. We can't really guillotine them, for lack of a better term, at the moment. Without guillotining all those fucking rich people whose kids went to school and, they basically got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. A free pass, too.
If they just walked on through, you really, like...
I don't know. Would you rather take someone that is uncertified, that really cares and loves and wants to see you happy and healthy, or would you rather see someone that's just, greedy and selfish and just wants money and will do whatever they got to get you in and out, and then they might even half-ass it?
How about the person that's gonna keep me the hell alive? That's the person I want.
All that matters.
The point on that, though, as well, that's the problem. You don't know which one you're gonna get.
It's a moral thing, and it's a dilemma for sure, because some doctors don't care and some do. Some nurses care, some don't.
Could you imagine the ones?
Yeah, this is very true.
Over here in other states.
But like I said, you can't really say anything with that.
I wonder if that one doctor.
There's a lot of places that are like that too. Like they're like, oh, I have these certificates, and then you talk to the person, they have no fucking clue what they're doing.
I wonder if that one doctor that you really dislike got.
You mean the one that's up there? Yeah, probably.
Got his degree in California, moved to a different state. No one's questioning them. No one's wondering where they came from.
Well, if they're smart, that's what they did.
Yeah, I would be like, every person from California, your licenses are now being checked. I'm sorry. I am not, like, if you got your degree, it says California, I don't care if you're Milwaukee to Florida to Alaska, Hawaii, you can check.
Honestly, I don't think so much it's him not being able to do his job. I think it's more of he knows he can get away with it with a specific group because they won't fight back, and it drives me up the fucking wall because I'm technically from that group, but I will fight back and I will fucking bite your nuts off.
Ow!
I'm sure some nurses maybe in this position got into a certain spot at the hospitals, and they learn everything on hand, or learn everything firsthand, so they know how to do it. But anything else beyond that, they don't know how to do it because, well, they never were trained in doing it. But now they know how to do it. So they're certified or they're not. It's the question, what's right and wrong? You decide. But anyways, this is to jump into the next conversation. Right into it, perfect, really, honestly. If anybody does not know, I'm going to tell you real quickly, Mr. Beast is a multi-billion or almost billionaire, one of the first ones on YouTube, and he is the biggest name on YouTube, and he does videos that are a bit of I would say shock and awe, but they're a bit of out the wall, and he gives a lot of money away, he gives a lot of cards away, he does all this on camera, and of course he monetizes it. And this is the question, what is the right thing to do? He just paid for 1,000 people that are legally blind to get their eyesight back. And a lot of people are mad about that. Was that really the right thing to do, to help out 1,000 people and fix their eyes from being blind, haven't seen it in years, or haven't seen it at all, to monetize it afterwards?
I am trying to figure out the downside of 1,000 blind people getting their eyesight back.
What people are saying is because he's making money off of it. It's evil. It's almost satanic. Some people are going that far.
Well, there's
okay, but
and the cancer organization, like any profit, like nonprofits, all that has to go. They have to pay them somehow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they're
Okay.
getting mad that he's videotaping these people.
Okay.
Mm.
Let me ask you a question. We're gonna make it even simpler.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a different scenario. Let's say Grumpy's building a house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I got billions and millions of dollars. And Grumpy says, well, shit, I'm short being able to build this room. And I say, okay, I'll give you the money as long as I can just post a video of it being built. Am I wrong? Because I'm still helping you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people to see that I'm helping you.
Yes.
I can't help if that shit made me money. I didn't go out there and tell Billy Bob to give me $25 because I helped Grumpy build a room. I'm not doing that. So the question is that are you pissed off because you're seeing me be a good person, or are you pissed off that I have the ability to be a good person? Because there ain't no pissed off because I'm helping you. It's because they can't. It's what they cannot do.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that.
To me, that is some bullshit.
Or it could be the fact that he didn't help them.
Yes.
True.
Selfish.
Okay. So, yeah. Why didn't he help me? I needed a room on my house. Well, fuck you. I don't know you.
I think it's one of those situations where people are they're upset it didn't benefit only one side of the people. It only benefited both sides. He made some money off of it, yes, but he's taking that money and doing something with it. Unlike some people just take that money and do nothing with it ever.
Okay, so now we're saying it's wrong to do something good for a person and possibly recoup the funds that we used.
Yeah, and do it again and again and again.
Exactly, and be able to
basically does
and have the ability and
takes a little bit for himself to survive.
Yes.
And then the rest of it goes right back to do
another
video just like that.
I'm struggling to see 1,000 blind people getting their eyesight back in any fucking scenario that is legal and okay with their health being a bad thing here.
And we can think about it a little bit deeper here. How does he make his money? He makes his money by people watching his videos. He makes money by people watching the videos and the ads that play during the video or before the video. So he makes money off advertisers. He takes money from rich people and gives it to non-rich people and helps them.
He's fucking Robin Hood.
He's literally robbing from rich and giving it to the fucking blind people. How is this wrong? How you can think he's selfish? He's literally making money off of rich people and then using it on the poor people. Come on, it's easy.
The biggest issue with it is not necessarily that, because I agree with you in Casey, okay? Or Corvo. I agree with both of you.
You using government names, woman. Stop that shit. They're gonna find me.
But
we gotta move again now, damn it.
This is where I can see where they're coming from, like, how dare he survive?
Mm-hmm.
Basically what it is. How dare he try to profit off of somebody else's woes when they could have made the profit?
How dare he live to do this again?
They aren't taking into account, wait a minute, they're already having this issue, but they're still not getting the help they needed. And he's just like, hey, do this, and I will
Jesus Christ.
do this.
It's a good thing I'm not a billionaire, because people would hate the fuck out of me.
Now, here's the thing that they're not thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
You see all these philanthropists, right?
Yeah.
People that donate their time to other people to help them. How do you think they do that? Wait a minute. Usually the philanthropists are what? The rich people, the people that can afford to do that.
Yes.
I can hear it already.
What he did was he skipped that cycle. He's like, fuck that shit. Let's do it this other way. And that way, technically, all I'm doing is feeding myself, keeping a roof over my head, and I'm still doing good for everybody else. I'm still being a Robin Hood.
Yes.
Damn.
And of course,
basically just skip the being the rich part and use the rich part to literally drive the force forward.
That's why I couldn't be a billionaire, because shit like Grumpy would magically have a 3D printed house with the best internet possible, and people be like, "Did you hear about that fucking redneck billionaire? He went over there to this dude's house, just built him a damn house, and gave him some internet."
So here comes even deeper. I was thinking about this. I was a little too deep with this thought and opinions. Okay, so he just did a huge favor fixing people's blind eyes with his money that he earned from ads from rich people that they're doing ads on YouTube. Takes that money, spends it on them. Then he gave some of the money, donated some money to them. He gave one boy a Tesla. He's never drove in his life. He's never could see, and he gave all that money to them. He can still write off in taxes. He can still, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and the billionaires that do this stuff all the time, they do stuff and they call it donations in the year, give all these things away, give people money, and then because they make so much money, they have to give some of it away, and so they don't have to worry about taxes at the end of the year. So they donate their money and then write off in their taxes, so they don't have to get so much taxes off on them. That's how they've been doing it for years. But then a guy does it on a video, and he does something to help himself and someone else at the same time, and he's going to get taxes on it. So he's really going to just benefit everybody. It's going to be a win-win-win. What problem with him being a rich person that does it? And then rich people that do it behind the scenes and then call it a selfish act, but really they're doing it for themselves too. Like they're 100% doing it for themselves.
The problem is he's letting people see up front that he's being a decent human being.
Exactly.
That's all it fucking boils down to.
And he's being smart and put it on the video.
In the shadows that are going, oh shit, they're gonna expect us to start showing that we're doing this shit.
Like we actually gotta do this. We actually gotta show it. He's being smart. He's making money from putting a video. He's writing off for the taxes, and he's still helping people at the same time.
They don't necessarily have to show it.
You don't have to. No.
Don't get it wrong. Like you can do it anonymously. Okay? That's all well fine. But if you want the recognition for it, that's the problem that they're having. It's like, oh shit, if we want our recognition, now we have to actually
show it.
There's a difference. It's not necessarily the ones
shit.
that are like, oh, well, we did it anonymously, no one's going to know. I don't care about the recognition, it's all good. Those people, they're like, what the fuck ever, enjoy your show, whatever. And
yeah.
They give it back. What they don't realize, though, is by making all this anger or negative attention is technically still hyping it up.
Oh yeah.
More money. In fact, it's making it worse for themselves.
They're helping him make the money that they're pissed off about.
Yeah. Especially when it had 70 million views on the video within like the first couple of days of it. It was like, oh my god, I would love 70 million views on any video of mine. Please and thank you. But he's making rich people look bad because he's actually doing a good thing and showing the world it. It's like, hey, I'm doing what, here's my money. Yeah. And then look what I'm doing with it. Rather than rich people just going pocket, 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 pocket.
He's showing up rich people in a different way that
the rich people probably don't like. They don't like it.
He's not even technically making anything or doing anything.
He's
literally taking the donations, in a sense, putting it towards the people, getting the views off of it, making profit off of their advertising and all that shit that the rich people are like, oh, well, everybody's clicking on it. Taking that same money and doing it again. And that's what's annoying the fuck out of them.
He's essentially figured out a way to get them free health care for their fucking eyes and it not impact his wallet.
And it's literally coming out of the advertiser's pocket. It's like
pissing them off because he's not losing money, but he found a way to help people.
It's a way of maintaining the status quo, and he's
shifting money. He's shifting money. That's all he's doing. He's playing. He's doing what she does with our budget. He's shifting money. He's taking this money to do this thing that's going to give him that money right back. It's just a fucking circle.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done anything wrong. And everybody benefits. Everybody.
Except for the rich people that are doing the advertisers for him. Well, I don't know. It might make the money. It might make the money. Yeah.
Benefiting. It's just they're not. They're benefiting from the fact with the advertising.
She's in the cast.
Yeah.
All that shit. They're benefiting from it. they just don't like the fact that all of a sudden, even though they're benefiting, others are benefiting.
They're not realizing that because of the drama that he knew was probably going to play out, they're getting clicks too.
Mm-hmm.
So they're making fucking money. Hell, he made everybody money.
But the thing is,
not enough.
And fix blind people.
You're forgetting human nature. Most human beings are
Selfish.
They want it for themselves. They don't want to share.
Well, they can carry their selfish ass and jump off a fucking bridge, and I won't be there when it's dry down there.
Yeah.
And let me put it this way. You have told me before, I am an abnormality. I am mainly selfish when it comes to two things: sleep and you. Other than that, you can have whatever I have. I will share as long as I get a piece of it.
And it's whoa. Yeah, I just he could have done. He could have done 5,000. He could have done 500,000 people, and people would still have been upset with it and find a reason to poke holes at his justification to do something good. And I feel like this is so poor.
Let me put it this way: he could have gone around the United States of America, or picked a different country, whatever. Gave each person 1,000 of whatever money that is, or a good significant amount. He would still get the hate.
Yeah, it really does sadden me when good things are brought to life, because all you hear online is negative stuff on drama. But yeah, negative sells. But then the one guy does something really good, really cool, and then everybody's trashing all over it. Like,
because you're not understanding. Humans cannot. And I'm not talking all humans, by the way. Okay. Anybody that says otherwise, I will beat your ass. I have no problem with that. But a good percentage of human beings will look at something, see it, and go like, what is the agenda? And that is because they have their own ulterior motives. They have their agenda. So they're going like, oh no, he has to be doing something, because that is how they are. And then when they realize they have these thoughts, and they realize that this video made them think these thoughts, they're like, but I'm not like that. I'm not that type of a person. How dare you make me feel like that?
Yeah, it's like, let me give you the money to cure 1,000 people blind and see if you go do it. I doubt anyone else. I'm not saying Mr. Beast is perfect by no means, and I'm not saying he has no faults. I'm sure the guy has some faults, and wherever that day comes about, people are probably gonna trash all over him, even though all the good things he's done. They're gonna trash all over him and say he's a terrible person because it's one thing, but everything else is gonna turn a blind side to. What the hell? I would hate that lifestyle, but at least he's doing something positive before he believes it's mortal coral. God given, it really is, it's all over Twitter too.
It's always gonna come down to the fact that it's like, let's be honest. For example, Mother Teresa. There are people out there that think that she's a fucking bitch. And yet she was one of the most selfless human beings on the planet, according to every documented record. But there are still people out there that think she's a complete and total bitch.
Yep, it's guess whatever side comes out the victor would be the right side, but
them see their ugly side and they don't like it, and how dare you do that? And it all comes back to being selfish.
I guess I have a benefit in that because I see my ugly side every day, so I ain't worried about it no more. I just look at that bitch and go, stop looking at me.
I read that.
I'm always worried about it anyway, so I mean, it ain't gonna.
Nah.
See, me and her, we two sides of a coin. She's always worried about it, and I don't never care about it.
Now, I'm not saying if I had that kind of money Mr. Beast has, I would go around and just start curing people's left and right and recording it. But if it benefits my side and their side at the same time, and they agreed to it, I don't see no problem with it. If you agreed, said, yes, I'm okay with you recording me. Even though he didn't record all 1,000 people, that would have took forever. Okay, camera, stop. But he didn't record every single person. He just said 1,000 people, and he showed the people, but he didn't record each and every single one of them and get their life story and get their full details and all that stuff. So it wasn't like they weren't okay with it. If they were okay with it, what's the problem?
He approached them and asked them if they're willing for it to be recorded. I'm sure some of them said yes and some of them said no. It's just the way it went. But I mean, Come on, man. Really? We're gonna bitch about a man curing 1,000 people from blindness?
It'd be like somebody telling me, "Hey, you got $1 million. Figure out what you got to do to keep it going. Pay it forward somehow." I would do something very similar to Mr. B. I would be trying to figure out how to put it
What
in the
is
stock
something?
market.
What is?
Get it so that every X amount of years, I find people. I put in the time and effort into finding the people that need the most help. He did that. That is literally what he did. He realized, I have this platform, I have this money. Okay, how do I keep it going so I don't have to work, but I can continue to make sure that it goes to the right people?
Yeah.
It is literally what he did, and they're just pissy because they didn't get lucky.
They get smart. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, I'm glad he did it. I hope he does it, keeps on doing it. I'm not a huge fan of his channel because it's not really it doesn't really entertain me per se. But if I ever get the opportunity to join one of his videos, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Sure. I might not win, but it'd be still like an experience and some better good come out of it. I one of the people that said the same thing if he went around and cured, let's say the cure of it would have been around right now. Let's say the cure for cancer, if he went around curing 1,000 people of cancer, would it have been good enough for people? No, people would still be upset. Like, why didn't you cure my mom? She's dead. I wonder why I couldn't cure her.
There's always gonna be the people that are not satisfied, man. Nothing's never enough.
Yeah, I get sometimes he makes, funny videos or like wacky videos or he does little challenges and gives people money or islands and all these things are not really necessary. And he does one video that actually helps humanity.
Or views for any of the videos. He's not. But
he always take that money, put it back in the next thing. Great idea. It's a great idea. All right, well, that is going to be it for this week. I do appreciate for those who are here and those who are been in the chat. If you haven't already hit that like button, be sure to do so. Hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button. Be sure to support me and Corvo and always be here on Friday at 5 o'clock Central PST time here in America. So if you're outside of the States, be sure to let me know. And Corvo, when are you going live next?
I was going to go live sometime tonight, but I don't know exactly what time yet.
Okay, and Stealthy, when are you going live next?
Honey, you should know my answer to this by now.
It's random. You catch her when you can. Stealthy F Jade on Twitch.tv / Stealthy F Jade and Corvo as well at Corvo Ninja, and of course all of our social media links down below. You catch me anywhere at the Gripper Bear or here on YouTube as well. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure with all your friends and family. I would love to this channel to keep on growing, get the big number go bigger. And would you help out 1,000 blind people if you had the money for it? What is your thoughts of what is a selfish act and what would the right thing to do? But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.